Hey guys, it's Tim and this is Wrestling. And why is my camera all kinds of wonky? Unlimited. There we go. As we're here, it's Monday, the 25th of September, 2023, and tonight was Monday Night Raw. I actually really enjoyed tonight's Monday Night Raw. I thought tonight was a better show than normal. Really good wrestling on the show. I will say that for sure. Really good wrestling. They tricked me in the early portions of this show because they felt so. They come off of that first match that we had with Bronson Reed and Otis. They do a quick backstage segment, and out comes Champa for his match. And I go, wow, great pacing here. And then it's like 20 minutes before Kaiser even comes out and they do the Champa match. So I'm like, never mind, not great pacing here. But other than that, I thought there was a lot of good wrestling. I thought the show overall was really good. Stories and stuff were progressing. So, yeah, I enjoyed tonight's Raw. I thought tonight's Raw was a good Raw. Better than what we've been getting recently, so that's a positive. But we've also got Luke over here with us, this side. So Luke, how was your weekend, and what did you think of Raw?
Honestly, my weekend's been pretty good. You know, I got 2 wins in like 2 of my fantasy leagues, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. And as far as Raw does go, it was a good show. I did like how we got like, how many things did we get announced for Fastlane? Was it only 1?
So technically 2, but 1. They confirmed that the John Cena match is a handicap match for now, and then the world title match, the last man standing.
Okay, so we got like 2 things announced. We got some stuff announced for No Mercy, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, they're really pushing that No Mercy show in tomorrow's NXT.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As they should. I mean, they got Becky down there, so they should try to like push it.
Hold on. Are you fucking kidding me right now? So I'm looking up to see if I missed anything for Fastlane being announced. And the first thing that comes up on Google, because I just go straight to the Wikipedia to see what's announced for the pay-per-view. Fastlane predictions from, and I'm going to say it right out loud, Fansided and Daily DDT, you stupid sons of bitches. Well, The Rock, so I'll read the exact title. WWE Fastlane 2023 full match card predictions. The Rock will replace AJ Styles.
What?
Yeah. That from, and I'll say it, usually I don't like to give credit, but this is dumb as shit. It's worse than some ringside news bullshit. Fan-sided Daily DDT.
I think would be cool to replace AJ Styles.
Well, do you know who it's supposed to be?
LA Knight?
Yeah, but he had COVID and had to leave early on Friday. He tested positive for COVID at the building.
I mean, if he's fine by Fastlane,
right?
Maybe him, but I don't know.
So the whole thing did you watch SmackDown?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so SmackDown ended and it was a crappy ending. That's not how it was supposed to end. It was supposed to end with John Cena getting beat down and LA Knight coming down, saving Cena, beating up the bloodline, and Cena and LA Knight standing tall in the middle of the ring with LA Knight signing the contract. That is how the show was supposed to end. But because LA Knight tested, I don't know how that worked, that he got to the building and then tested positive for COVID. I don't know about all that, but he was there, tested positive, and left early. So he couldn't do his stuff. He was also supposed to team with Cena after the show for the dark match against the Street Profits. But instead, they just beat up John Cena.
I mean, he should be like good to go by then. I mean, wouldn't you think?
I don't know. COVID's a thing where you can get over it in 4 days, 5 days. It can take you 2-3 weeks. So it's a really wait and see process. But if the rumors are LA Knight teams with John Cena and LA Knight beat the bloodline, and that leads to LA Knight most likely, potentially, if the rumors are true, getting a shot at Roman and Saudi.
I mean, he's most likely not going to beat Roman, but
no.
But he should get a good showing for that, though.
So I'm reading this fan-sided thing, this Daily DDT, and it says the Bloodline, the tag match was supposed to be AJ Styles, but the Bloodline injured him, and assured that the match would not be secured for Fastlane. Who could replace AJ? Could it be LA Knight, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, or Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Well, first off, this came out 2 days ago, which was Saturday, after we already learned the LA Knight news. So it says, or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. With that being said, the following will focus on some potential matches for the PLE event and the idea of The Rock replacing AJ Styles. Well, first off, AJ was never the plan. I get it. They're trying to stay in kayfabe and all that, but it just makes them look oh so freaking stupid. So dumb. Like, here you go. WWE Raw predictions for today. Randy Orton will finally return to action.
That's stupid.
Whoever's writing this stuff needs to get fired because it's making them look bad. Just saying.
Did you see some other like fake news that was like posted
Which
on
stuff?
Twitter?
About?
The one like Triple H and Stephanie separating. I don't know if you saw that.
That might be true, though. I'm not going to speculate because I don't have any knowledge, but that actually might be true because that ain't the first I've heard of that this year. So I've heard of that a couple of times over the last year. Well, that might be true. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say on it because I don't have any knowledge.
Well, a lot of people think it's untrue, but some people are taking it seriously. So
that's because it's very. Now, I know where most people are seeing that come from. And that's like one of the worst. It's almost, they're just as bad, if not worse, than Ringside News, where it started from today. But I had heard about this being something like 6 months ago, and then like 3 or 4 months before that. So it's not anything new. It might be new that it's actually happened, but I'll just say it, there were rumors and speculations earlier this year that they were separated and not living together, just like Vince and Linda. So, just saying. I don't know what's true, what's not. Not my business to do diving into their personal lives. If TMZ or someone else wants to report it, then I'll aggregate it. But until that, we're just going to wait and see. Magnum Lord, I am taking that out of... I know we just talked about it, but I'm not giving... who you're citing credit. I don't want them talked about in this chat. But with that, as far as tonight does go, I want to say thank you for joining me here to us here, twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, youtube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you did right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember, head over to YouTube, hit that join button, and become a channel member. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're pre-ordering Assassin's Creed Mirage, getting into Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, maybe you're getting Payday 3, claiming the free games Out of Line or the Forest Quartet, or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. I believe it's tomorrow. Ahsoka drops in Fortnite in the Battle Pass, so you may want to use our code when buying that Battle Pass if you haven't already. PWU NLIMITED. I know we'll be streaming it, trying to unlock Ahsoka, so figure it all out. We'll see how it goes. We'll have some fun. I played Fortnite horribly last night. I wouldn't say horribly, but I wasn't all that great. I just wasn't on my game last night. But with that...
Did you have a sleep last night when you were playing?
Oh, I don't know. It was late, and I didn't sleep much the night before. So, also, speaking of not sleeping, next year when they do Elimination Chamber, It's basically going to be like a New Japan show. 3 o'clock or 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific. So just a heads up for everybody now. That's going to be like
their upcoming one?
Go for it. What happened?
Like their upcoming Elimination Chamber?
Yeah, because it's going to be in Australia. And they're going to do it, you know, live in Australia at their time.
Oh, that's probably going to be like an early morning show.
Well, yeah, 6 a.m. Eastern.
Jesus.
Just like New Japan. It's in the same time zone.
I need my sleep. I'll watch it in the morning.
But that's like I saw some people, they were like, all the news and spoilers are going to be out before I even wake up. So then I wake up, look at my phone, and boom, I'm going to see everything from, you know, all the different, you know, if ESPN posts anything or if Bleacher Report's got a story or something, you know, all those different websites that say WWE results, so and so. So I'll be up because I'll review the show. I'll just not sleep, or I'll go to sleep like I've done with Wrestle Kingdom before. Take a nap from like 11 to 2 or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That's like, October, November, December, January, February, March. That's like 5-6 months away. So we got time to figure that out. We do have a Saudi show. Well, go for it.
I think your best bet, just sleep during the day on Saturday. That's probably your best bet.
I'd rather sleep right before and then just like, I don't know. We'll figure it out. And then we got a Saudi show coming up next month. That's another early morning show. So, and then here's the question with that. When do we get the first 2024 Saudi show? Are we going to get Elimination Chamber from Australia in February and then a Saudi show in March? I mean, that would make sense, right?
Probably, yeah.
That would make the most sense, but that's so far away. What we're talking about happened tonight. Also, yes, only 2 matches so far announced for the WWE Fastlane pay-per-view. Is it a week from Saturday? A week from Saturday. Wow. So either we're getting a lot of SmackDown matches or they're announcing everything next week. Because we got 1 Raw match and 1 SmackDown match. And to be completely honest, other than maybe redoing this tag title match, I don't know anything else we do on. Well, let's predict it really fast. Tag title match gets redone. I would assume based on the way Raw ended tonight. That would be 3 matches.
Gunther versus Champa for the IC title.
There's 4. Nia and Rhea. Maybe? Or Nia, Rhea, and Raquel in a 3-way. And so...
And they just pin Raquel so that
Rhea
look strong.
Rhea pins Raquel to retain, and Nia doesn't take the pin. So that's 5. Maybe get 1 more match in there. So...
Asuka versus Io.
Io beat her clean on SmackDown. No problem. Kinda.
Or Charlotte. I know Charlotte. Maybe Charlotte. I don't know. Yeah,
see, that's tough because they're not really building. They're building stuff, but not in a way that I would think, oh, that's for a pay-per-view. Oh, that's for a pay-per-view. Also, speaking of pay-per-views, tentatively, AEW has a December pay-per-view scheduled. So basically, they're going once a month starting now.
Did they announce Santos versus Ray for SmackDown?
Yes, this Friday.
Oh, that would have been perfect for Fastlane.
Right. Also, with Gunther and Champa, you got to remember, most of Gunther's defenses have been on television, not on pay-per-view. I mean, he's had pay-per-view defenses. I think he'll defend at Fastlane. Especially since they announced next week as a contract signing. There's no way they're going to say, oh, sign the contract. Oh, actually, no, they didn't. I don't know. I think it's going to be a Fastlane. But as far as tonight's Monday Night Raw does go, interestingly, WWE.com did not have the Cody segment advertised, yet they did mention it on SmackDown. And Cody Rhodes did open up the show. So, and Cody Rhodes opens up the show, kicks it off. There's a 3-minute video package that aired recapping last week's main event angle before Rhodes welcomed us to a sold-out Toyota Arena in Ontario, California. For all you people that thought they were in, I saw at least 4 people tweet they had Natty lose in Canada. No, they were not in Ontario, Canada. They were in Ontario, California. Michael Cole, now granted, he said this after the Natty match. I heard him twice say, we're here in Ontario, California, right outside of Los Angeles. So, yeah. They were not in Canada.
I don't think I ever heard of an Ontario, California.
It's literally, most people just consider it part of LA.
You've been?
It's like, huh?
You've been?
I've been everywhere down in LA, the LA area. I was born there, lived there till I was 6. Half my family still lives down there. So yeah. It basically, it's just if you go to the outer rim of LA, you'll hit Ontario. It's like going to New York and saying, I've been to Brooklyn and Manhattan. If that makes sense.
I've been in New York. There's so many people there.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like New York where you're like, you just say I've been to New York and it's like, but you may have gone to Brooklyn. You may have gone to Manhattan and whatnot. But it's like LA. Oh, LA. Well, I may have gone to Long Beach and I may have gone to Riverside and I may have gone to Anaheim. But it's all just LA for the most part. Like there's Los Angeles and then there's like, you go to Disneyland. Technically, you're in Anaheim if you go to Disneyland. But if you go to Universal Studios, then you're in Los Angeles. It's all butted up next to each other to where there's no difference. Basically, they were in LA tonight. So, Rhodes says the arrival of Jey Uso to Monday Night Raw meant something, or someone would be getting drafted to SmackDown. And we learned later from Adam Pearce, they still haven't figured that out because he was on the phone going, "No, we still haven't confirmed and figured out who we're going to draft over to SmackDown." He said that on the phone. Don't know why it's taken so long, but it has. Cody then said that it's also meant that there's a disgruntled locker room here on Monday Night Raw. Some thought that Rhodes should have let Jey sink. But Cody wasn't going to do that. He certainly wasn't best friends with Jey as well. Rhodes said that there may be other reasons he wanted Jey on Raw. Quote, "We're not in the 3rd inning anymore, boys." So Rhodes said, and I think that was a reference to when they were like, we're only in the 1st inning with the Cody story. Is that what that could have been? After Mania, they're like, we may only be in the 1st inning right now. Paul Heyman said that with the Cody story. So I think so, yeah. I still believe this Jey Uso move is getting Cody to SmackDown. I think that's going to be the whole thing is everyone keeps asking, Cody, why did you do it? Cody, why did you do it? And his response keeps being to help Jey, to help Jey, to help Jey get away from the bloodline. But I think in the end, it's to help himself get to SmackDown.
But my question is like, when does it get moved? Because right now I feel like it's not going to be anytime soon. Because
after Survivor Series.
Yeah, I'd say like after Survivor Series. But
here's the crazy thing, though. They basically set up War Games tonight, and that's not for 2 months. Like
yeah, they did.
That match was set by the end of this show. Like I was waiting for Regal to just walk out and go, 4 people? War Games! Like 4 people, 4 people.
I don't think Regal can legally do it yet.
I think he can. I don't. So there's still some gray area on all that because technically his contract was supposed to be up in February. So I don't know. But then apparently Tony Khan put some caveat on it when he let him out like 3 or 4 months early or 2 months early. It's weird. I don't know. He's working backstage. He's like Triple H's right hand. It's like him, Triple H, Bruce Pritchard, they're running these. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Tony Khan put that like 1-year clause saying you can't show up on WWE television for like a year.
Which is weird because if everything was correct, he only had a month or 2 left on his contract anyways with AEW, unless there was an option period that Tony could have picked up at that year for an extra year, and that's why he was able to put the year clause. I don't know. Never seen his contract.
I mean, if he could be on television like anytime soon, that would be like perfect to do War Games. But
right.
The thing is, though, like, there's no really like story for him to like return on WWE television like that.
Yeah, because Shawn's taken over NXT, and I think Shawn Michaels is doing a good job in that role. Regal was great in the role, but Shawn's doing fine.
I will say, you know, William Regal, he was a better GM than Shawn Michaels is, but Shawn Michaels is doing a good job.
Got it. Let Adam Pearce run SmackDown, and William Regal runs Raw.
Oh, that'd be perfect, but... Ooh, do you know what they should do?
Huh.
Have Adam Pearce, like, announce on Raw saying, from now on, we have a new Raw GM, and I will run SmackDown. Here's William Regal.
Yeah.
And later that night, he says, like, War Games.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be perfect.
Right. Where was I in my notes? Rhodes said that Jay made the right call not joining Judgment Day, and then, well, on cue out came Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damien Priest didn't appreciate Rhodes getting involved in their business. Priest and Rhodes had Priest said Rhodes had to make everything about himself. Dominic Mysterio tried to speak, and they booed the crap out of him, and they didn't. So for all the stuff we've been saying recently of, oh, it sounds like they're drowning him out. It sounds like they're raising the volume. It sounds like they're piping in boos. No. Ryan Satin was there, front row, sitting behind commentary. He posted a video when Dominic was speaking. The boos were so loud in the building, you could not hear Dominic on the microphone. So no, they're not piping in boos. These crowds are really booing that loud. It's fantastic.
When's Ryan Satin's contract with WWE set to expire?
Now, he literally said that this may be the last show he covers as a full-time wrestling reporter. He tweeted out, it was my last event covering wrestling full-time. He said, if that was my last event covering wrestling full-time, it was a good ride. So, yeah. Someone had a sign in the crowd that says, came out of a coma for Raw. Okay. I saw another one where a kid had a sign that said, I skipped school to see Cody Rhodes.
You can really skip school for that. You're traveling all day just to like skip school to go to Raw.
Well, I mean, depending on, so you got to think they're West Coast. So you got to be there at like 4 o'clock. Some people don't get out of school till like 2:33. And say you're on one side, trust me, LA traffic, I get it. If you're on one side of LA trying to travel to the other side of LA, a map may tell you it's 20 minutes. LA traffic gonna tell you it's 3 or 4 hours at that time. So I could see it. If like you're over here, I'll pull up a map really fast. Google Maps. Let's go Toyota Arena. So like, let's see, pull this up on the screen really fast. So like, here's where the Toyota Arena is in Ontario, which is on the east side of the Los Angeles area. You have downtown LA down here. You got like your coastal cities. You got Huntington Beach. You've got, down here, you got Long Beach. You've got Torrance. You got Inglewood. And if you're like out here in just regular Los Angeles, or if you're over here in Long Beach or Huntington Beach, you would think, okay, say I'm going, let's get directions really fast. Say I'm going from, can I pin it? Let's swap. Say we're going from like, not gonna let me do it, is it? Oh, it's not gonna let me do it. But let's just say like Long Beach. You're going from Long Beach. Why is it going there? That's not what I want. Toyota Arena. So it says an hour on a good day. You may want to double, if not triple that with LA traffic at 3 in the afternoon. So, yeah, LA traffic is the worst in the afternoon on a weekday. Trust me.
Or like when people get out of school or people get off work.
Yep. Well, most of the day, but I mean, but yeah, afternoon it's the worst. I've been in LA traffic at like 10 in the morning, and it took a good hour to go 10 miles. So there was a lot of bumper to bumper traffic in LA. Oh, what did I just do? Uh-oh, I broke something. My screen just went white. There it goes. Fixed it. All right. Judgment Day. They're in the ring with Cody. Rhodes says that they had all the title matches tonight and wondered what would happen if Mommy returned and they were empty-handed. Dom told Rhodes to keep Mommy's name out of your mouth. Judgment Day were about to go after Rhodes, and Jey Uso would suddenly appear out of nowhere. Like he popped up from under the ring or something. I don't know. He was probably from the crowd. Judgment Day realized they still had the numbers advantage. So they hopped on the apron, but then backed off again when Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came down to the ring. The numbers were then evened when JD McDonough came down with 2 chairs. Only brought 2. You know there's 3 of them. He only brought 2 chairs, though. You should have brought 4 chairs. Anyways. JD hands the chair to Finn. They look like they're going to go down to the ring, and Priest did not like this. McDonough and Dom then hit the ring, and Priest was annoyed, but joined his partners anyways. The babyfaces then cleared the ring, leaving Priest all alone. Priest didn't back down and was quickly swarmed by the babyfaces. Jay super kicked him. Rhodes hit him with a chair and sent him out of the ring. So there we go. Opening segment of the show. It was good. It was fine. It just built tension for later on. And basically, Damien don't like JD at all anymore. Like, he was kind of warming up to him. Not anymore. What'd you think of the opening segment?
I mean, it was a good opening segment. Like, don't get me wrong, but as far as like the Damien JD stuff, like it's gonna be interesting to see when like Damien will finally be like, all right, JD's cool and stuff.
Because we need him for Survivor Series if they're good. And now here's the thing, though. They haven't confirmed that Survivor Series is War Games yet. We're just assuming based off last year.
They definitely should keep it.
I would.
Because like you can't really do Raw versus SmackDown anymore. I mean, I guess you could.
Well,
but
you don't need to. I mean, you remember Survivor Series back in the day was just teams versus teams. Random people thrown together to fight each other. So you can just go back to the traditional old school Survivor Series.
But here's the thing with that. Normally they had like captains and they would always try to like recruit people though.
Well, I mean, yeah. But I mean, with this team, you've already got it made. You don't really need to recruit.
Yeah, but I just thought like having War Games last year made it more fun.
Oh, no. I for sure would want War Games. Now here's the question. Women's War Games, what is it? Asuka, Charlotte, and Bianca and Shotzi against Io, Bailey, and then 2 more heels. Can't be Dakota. She won't be cleared.
Maybe can you add Rhea to that?
Rhea on which side? The babyface or still on the heel side, I mean?
Yeah, do it on the heel side.
Because I would think add Rhea to the babyface side, add Nia to the heel side. But if we're going off of like they did it last year, was there interpromotional like Raw and SmackDown mixed together? I can't remember.
There was, yeah.
I think so.
Because
because there was I think what was it? All
the women?
Go for it.
So they did that for the women and they did that for the men as well. Like they had Kevin Owens from Raw. They had
no.
Drew McIntyre on SmackDown last year?
Yes. But what I'm asking is, did they just randomly add like a different brands feud into it. With Kevin Owens, it made sense because he had already been feuding with the Bloodline at parts of the year off and on. But, like, I can't remember if they just... I'm going to look it up right now. Hold on. Survivor Series 20... Series 2022. I want to feel like Becky was just randomly added.
She definitely wasn't, because there was story with that. Because
was there?
Damage Control attacked Becky like their first night on
Raw.
Raw.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the Survivor Series, SummerSlam. Yeah. I'm trying to see who was what. Bianca was Raw. Asuka was Raw. I forget. Alexa Bliss was in War Games?
Oh, yeah, she was.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. Yeah, no. This is all Raw.
The women was all Raw, and the men was like mostly SmackDown.
Right. So so they're not doing. They didn't do what I'm trying to get at. What I was trying to get at is both matches worked storyline wise. What I'm wondering is if they would just like, we need for the women 2 extra people, so let's just throw Rhea and Nia in there, even though they don't fit storyline wise with the other women. That's what I'm trying to get at. Would they just add 2 people from the other brand if it didn't make sense storyline wise? Because they've done that for regular Survivor Series where, what one was it? There was one, the one when Triple H asked Kofi if he was Jamaican anymore. That one, they did a lot of just throwing teams together because this guy and this guy are feuding and we need an extra person over here and we need They used to do that with Survivor Series matches, but with War Games, they've made it actually make sense story-wise.
Or, they could add to the women on the SmackDown side. Maybe they have Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. Maybe have become heels.
They're teasing them coming back. They teased them last week.
Have them come back as heels and they can join Bailey and Io Sky.
I'm looking at the current roster right now. So I would say like Asuka, Charlotte, Bianca on one team. Maybe you need one more. The other team would be Io, Bailey. We're looking. I don't even know. And Io, Bailey, maybe like you said, Isla and Alba. Then you still need one more baby face. Who do we have?
Charlotte, Bianca, Shotzi, and Asuka.
Shotzi, that's it. Shotzi. It's who I couldn't think of. I mean, if you want to do Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, that could work.
I mean, they're the only 2 I can think of.
Yeah, same here. No one else would really make sense-ish from a heel standpoint.
Someone said Zelina Vega. Zelina Vega is a babyface.
Babyface. I mean, if they want to put her instead of Shotzi, but Shotzi would make more sense.
If she's feuding with Bailey, or let's say they wanted to take out like Charlotte or something,
right,
then I can totally see it.
Exactly. But Charlotte didn't work it last year, no.
No, she didn't. She was taking time off
last
that's what
year. I thought. Seth still hasn't worked one, and he probably won't this year as a champion. If we go the Judgment Day route.
Oh, it's for sure the Judgment Day route.
Yeah.
It's for sure.
So the announcers run down the card and they plug. I loved this. So they plug Otis versus Bronson Reed, and Wayne Barrett goes, "Oh, and I bet you Big E is going to be loving to watch this match. Big meaty men slapping meat."
That is like a meme I hear like almost every single day.
Oh, yeah. And the video of that is the greatest video you can ever watch, with Xavier Woods just like dying. Like, I literally think he's like, I know he doesn't, but you would think that he's going to pass out from not breathing. He's laughing so hard in that video because Big E's just like, "Big meaty man. Slapping meat." It's the way he says it.
He's like, you want to see big meaty man slapping meat?
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's clapping while he's doing it.
It's the greatest video. It's the greatest, like, what, 60 to 90-second video you'll ever watch. It's because the way Woods is laughing and Kofi's trying not to laugh so hard, but Woods almost falls out of his chair. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's fan-frickin-tastic. Like Killjoy Army says, go for it.
I only heard the audio version of that.
Oh, you haven't seen the video? The video is so much better. Just because Woods, well, even Big E, because the way Big E's like trying to talk, but he's making himself laugh. And it's, I wish I could just play it right here, but I'd get, yeah. Killjoy Army, when we were talking about LA traffic, he is just like Detroit traffic. I don't know, I've never been to Detroit, but from what I've seen on the map, the Detroit area does not really look like the greater Los Angeles area. Los Angeles is huge. If you think of the Los Angeles, LA, Orange County areas. We did have a Bronson Reed versus Otis. Match went 4.5 minutes. Bronson Reed gave Otis a Samoan drop for a 2 before both men just collided into one another. Otis then followed this up with a back elbow, a discus clothesline, and a back suplex. Otis then hit a caterpillar, but missed the Vader bomb. Reed then followed this up with a senton and a tsunami splash to pick up the victory. Again, the match itself only goes about 4.5 minutes. Any thoughts on the match? Fun match. A little quick opener.
It was fun. Nothing but a bunch of big meaty men slapping meat.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it was a match just to hype up Bronson Reed more. Maybe he could be next in line after Champa.
I'd like that. Bronson Reed versus Gunther. That'd be a good match.
Because you got to think, I mean, Gunther, he's going to still need opponents. And we all know Champa, he's most likely not going to win the belt. But
right.
I think Bronson Reed, he'll be a cool next challenger. Honestly, that's his opponent right there. That could be for the Saudi show.
Yeah. So Ciampa's music hits. He comes down to the ring. We cut to the back. Tegan Nox approaches Becky Lynch. This was kind of dumb. Lynch was like, hey, last week when I did the open challenge, I really just wanted you to face me for the title. But then Natalya came down. Then why didn't Becky just go, I'm here, I'm the NXT Women's Champion, and I want to defend against Tegan Nox? So,
this whole thing was stupid, and I get the reasoning for it because apparently the original plan was supposed to be Tegan Nox, but
now they're trying to retcon. They're trying to retcon it.
And so Vince was like, "No, I want Natty."
Becky was like, "Well, I even saw you at the curtain, ready to come out when I went out. What happened?" And Tegan's like, "Well, Natty showed up, and she's a veteran, so I let her jump the line. I showed my respect. She's the veteran." And Becky's like, what? No. If you want something, you fight for it. You just take what you want. You need to step up, step on some toes, and prove your worth. Lynch then said, you know what? Next week, when I'm still the NXT Women's Champion, I'll give you a shot at the belt. And that encouraged Tegan Nox.
So is that basically saying that Becky's going to retain?
No.
Against
no.
Tiffany?
Because they showed a graphic at the end of the show or before the main event that said whoever is the NXT Women's Champion, whether it is Becky or Tiffany, will defend against Tegan Nox next week. So we then go to a break. We don't go back to the ring where Ciampa's just sitting there waiting. We go to the back. And Tegan Nox all shyly approaches. Hi, Adam. I'm wondering if, after Saturday when Becky defends the NXT Women's title, if maybe I can get the next shot at the belt? And Natty just walks right in and goes, hey, so, Adam, I want another shot of Becky and her belt. And I'm just like, okay. We got the shy little girl and the aggressive, give me what I want, Natty. And Tegan's like, whoa, hey, I've already asked for the shot. And Natty's just like, okay, and? And so the two just start clucking. And finally, Adam Pearce is like, ladies, how about you face each other tonight and the winner gets the shot? And they're both like, okay, that works. So, yeah.
I didn't like Tegan Knox's behavior and all of this.
It made Tegan look kind of like she doesn't even believe in herself, so why should we believe in her? Like, if she doesn't feel like she's worthy, why should we think she's worthy? Like, I get it, that's the veteran. Okay, shake her hand and say, I'm going out there. I was standing in line. I was standing here first.
Yeah. And someone in the YouTube chat said, when's Gargano coming back? I have no clue.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Or didn't Fightful report that he was at WWE headquarters for something?
When?
I think they posted it yesterday. I could be wrong, but
I'll look it up right now.
They posted something about Gargano. I can't remember what it was.
Let's see. That's Jey Uso. That's about Sami Callihan. Matt Taven, Eddie Kingston, Luke Gallows. I'm not seeing anything. Not on their Patreon, at least. Maybe it's under this. Here it is from Saturday. Johnny Gargano was at WWE headquarters this week, though we haven't been told for what. Okay. I didn't see that.
I mean, I don't know if it's anything important at all, or
probably not,
or if he was just there to visit. I don't know.
Who knows?
I'd say the perfect time to bring him back is after the Champa and Gunther stuff.
Oh, speaking of that, I got to find a Ryan Satin tweet really fast, because this plays into Champa sitting there waiting for all this stuff during the commercial. Ryan Satin sent out a tweet that stated, the kid next to me got Champa to come over during the commercial and said to him to get DIY going again. Champa replied with, quote, I'm trying. I'm trying.
Is he still doing that flyer things? Like, I'm still looking for my best friend?
I don't know. Let's go to his Twitter.
Because I know he'll post on his Instagram sometime.
But was it Instagram? Because I'd seen
he'll
it
post
on
videos of like him going like, have you seen my best friend?
Let's go Champa. I mean, his Instagram photo.
That's his profile picture.
Yeah, I was gonna say his profile picture is the Johnny Missing poster. He doesn't post on Twitter though. But then if you go to his Instagram,
he hasn't really said anything about DIY since like September 2nd. That was like the anniversary thing.
Yeah, same thing on his Instagram. The whole missing poster. Yeah, he hasn't really. No. Nothing really.
He's probably just keeping that on hold until like after the Gunther stuff.
I do love this Champa shirt where it's the skull and then the words Champa makes the beard. That's so cool. I haven't seen that shirt before. That's a really cool shirt. Anywho, speaking of Champa, he took on Ludwig Kaiser in an 8-minute match. Champa fought back after a break because nothing happened during the before the first break. It was like 2 minutes, and then we went to break. He did hit a draping DDT, got a 2 off of it. Giovanni Vinci tried to get involved, and so Champa just drilled him with a knee strike. The referee ignored all of this as far as the match does go to check on Vinci. Why? He ain't part of the match. Kaiser then hit Champa with an enziguri, but the ref was distracted and didn't go for the count. Kaiser was pissed off and kicked Vinci out of the ring. Kaiser then turned around. Champa nailed him with a knee strike to the face. Champa then pinned him. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Champa then looked right into the camera and told Gunther, signed the contract for the IC title. They then showed a very upset and displeased Gunther watching backstage. What do you think of the match? I liked it a lot. I thought him and Ludwig worked well together.
This was definitely a good match. Definitely like a great way to like hype up Champa as far as like building up him versus Gunther. And I liked Gunther's like reaction to this because he's basically just like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a drill sergeant upset with his soldiers, maybe.
Right. Well, yeah, no, I wouldn't even go drill sergeant. I would just say he's like a general. He's the ring general. He's the general, and they're his soldiers. So, what I also do really appreciate here, and they kind of did the same thing with Chad Gable, they're building somebody up. It's not like with Nakamura that all of a sudden is just like, hey, Seth, I want to challenge you. I didn't do anything to earn it, but I want to challenge you. At least these guys are getting wins by beating Vinci, beating Ludwig, going out there beating. I mean, Champa beat Bronson Reed recently, right? So I mean, they're building people up for this IC title. It's not just anybody's just going to get given a shot. You're going to earn it, and I like that. I mean, in all actuality, everyone's just given everything. It's scripted and written for them, but when we turn our brains off and think of it as just what it is, people are earning it by picking up victories.
Take notes, AEW.
Everything's an open challenge. Motherfuckers. We got a cool Dragon Lee hype video. I really liked this one. Becky Lynch then joined commentary for the next match. Wade Barrett asked Lynch if she was offering chances to the mid-card wrestlers because she was trying to avoid veterans. And Becky goes, what? Avoid veterans? I beat Natty last week and I've beat all the other women in the back already. So we did get Tegan Nox versus Natty. The match went 2.5 minutes and there's nothing that happened. I didn't even get any notes other than Natty blocked a Shining Wizard, hit a sit-out powerbomb for a 2. Nox blocked a sharpshooter, hit a Shining Wizard, and pinned her. That's literally all I got. Anything else to the match?
Just glad Tegan got the win because she was like pretty desperate for one.
Well, I saw somebody not going to name names, Mr. I think I'm right all the time. Oh, tonight's going to start a Natty story, a big Natty story. No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
I will say this about Tegan Nox. She barely worked like main roster stuff ever since like she returned.
I mean, not her fault.
I mean, I know, but still.
I'm going to see really fast. That person. Yeah, they said. Oh, okay. Never mind. I take it back. Someone just tweeted a Natty story kicks off tonight and then said so-and-so said it. But they really didn't. They debunked it. Gotcha. That happens a lot. There was somebody recently that literally tweeted out. Where was it? Oh, they tweeted that I reported that Jade Cargill had signed and was being placed on SmackDown. I'm like, excuse me? I said, what? First off, I don't break news. And second off, no one said that. And that's been happening a lot recently. Happening a lot with Fightful, PW Insider, where people will just tweet, and then be like, dash Fightful, colon Fightful, saying I'm crediting them, even though they never reported it. And I even sent a message to this person that tweeted out the whole Jade thing, and I was like, hey, may I ask you why you're saying I reported this? And they're like, spoiler alert, Jade's coming to SmackDown. And I'm like, okay, I never said that. Nobody ever said that. Can you pull that tweet down because I don't want to be associated with fake news? And then they were just like, it's coming early 2024. Just wait and see. I was like, okay, so you're not pulling the tweet down. Cool. Yeah.
People do that with Meltzer a lot. They'll misuse like Meltzer's words a lot.
Well,
trying to think of something else.
That's different when you hear one thing and you accidentally take it the wrong way. And so when you tweet it, it's what he said, but not in the correct context. That's different than just going, I heard from PW Unlimited that Jade Cargill signed and is going to be on SmackDown. I never said that. I just said that I would put her on the main roster over NXT. I never said she signed and going to SmackDown. I predicted. But yeah, it's happened a couple times where someone's been like, PW Unlimited said this. Tim from PW Unlimited said this. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And so then I got to message them and ask them to take it down. And it's a whole thing. You can only imagine like Sean Ross Sapp having to do that multiple times a day with Fightful. Because it's all over on Reddit. Reddit's even worse with people crediting different outlets, even though they never said anything. So nothing happened in that match. Tegan Nox won, and as they announced later, Tegan will challenge for the NXT Women's Championship next week on Raw, no matter who the champion is, whether it's Tiffany or Becky.
Do you think Tiffany should get the belt back at No Mercy?
No. For the sole fact of, I don't want hot potato. It'd be too soon. Becky don't need to hold that title for just 3 weeks. That'd be the dumbest thing ever. Then why should she have won it? It's like when Cody beat Nick Aldis at All In 2018 just to say, hey, I finally won the NWA belt. And then a month later, dropped it right back to Nick Aldis at the anniversary show.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Just to like I say, Cody has been the NWA World Champion for a month.
Yeah.
So, no. I mean, Tiffany should have never lost it in the first place. They never should have done this Becky thing. I get why they did it. It was a big ratings booster for NXT. But now you got to commit. And I think Becky needs to hold that belt for at least 2 months. Month and a half at the most. And I don't think Tiffany should be the one to take it back from her. I think somebody else should beat Becky, and then Tiffany can get it back by beating them.
Lyra Valkyrie.
I mean, you could do the whole thing of they're doing the match on Saturday. It's no disqualification. Lyra comes out, screws Becky. Well, no, that still wouldn't work. Tries to screw Becky. Becky still wins, and then Lyra, I don't know. They'll figure something. I think there's a good chance. I don't want Lyra to be a heel, though. I really like her as a babyface.
You know what they could do, though? They could also just have Lyra be like, hey, I know I've been helping you a lot, but I still just want a chance at your NXT title, respectfully.
Yeah, but then that's more of just random people getting shots without earning it. At least Tegan earned it.
Yeah, but at least you can have Lyra just pick up a bunch of singles wins.
True.
And still help Becky at the same time.
Yeah.
And just be like, hey, I've been picking up a lot of wins, and respectfully, I want a shot at your title.
Because didn't Becky say something recently about giving younger talent more opportunities, and that's why she's on NXT and why she wanted to be the champion? So something like that. Here's the thing, though. The Lyra thing didn't make sense because literally, if you watched NXT last week, did you watch NXT last week, yes or no?
No.
Okay, so they announced a handicap match. And Roxanne Perez has a match, wins in like 2 minutes, goes to the back and is like, hey, Becky, so you need a partner for tonight? I know you have a handicap match. I'm gratefully I'll be your partner. I'd love to team with you. And Becky goes, nah, I'm going to go this one alone. So she goes down to the ring, and then Lyra just shows up, helps Becky, and becomes her partner, and Becky's all cool with it. After she basically just shit all over Roxanne and said, I don't want your help. That was weird.
That was a little weird.
Because she told Roxanne, I don't want your help. So then when Becky was making her entrance, she gets double teamed during her entrance. And then that's when Lyra comes out, makes the save. Becky stands up, like she helps Becky up or whatever. Her and Becky look at each other, and then Becky's like, yeah, let's go. So it was weird that Becky at one point in the show said, I want to do it alone. And then was all cool with Lyra helping her and being her partner. So I didn't like that. But if they're building up Lyra, and I think Lyra's got something. I think Lyra's really, really good. To the point where in the ring, Roxanne is better, but I think Lyra might be a little better on the mic. And like her delivery in speaking on camera.
I absolutely agree with that. I think Roxanne Perez still needs like more like work on her promos, because like I don't know if you remember this one. Remember the one during like Stay and Deliver weekend where like she was talking to Shawn Michaels, and you can just tell like by her like promo work, you can just tell like she was reading something off a script.
Well, I mean, it was like 2 weeks ago on NXT. They're in the women's locker room, and it literally just felt like a bunch of middle school or high school drama students learning how to act that don't know how to act. Like year one of drama. Yeah. Like you might be good in the ring, but not everybody's ready for that main roster right off the jump. And somebody that wasn't ready for change, well, that's Damien Priest, because Damien Priest comes storming into the Judgment Day locker room, pissed off as all get down. He storms in there, and he chucks a chair across the room. He got right in JD McDonough's face and told him, "You're not in Judgment Day. I don't like you. You're never going to be in Judgment Day. Get out." He leaves, and Dom and Finn are just looking at him like, "Oh, shit, what JD do? What happened? Oh, crap." Bella tried to get in the middle of it and was just like, never mind. Because, like, Priest basically shoved him, sort of, backed him off, and was like, "No, I don't care who he is or who likes him and this and that. No." So, yeah. We then get Seth Rollins. We say he's coming up next. We go to a break. When we come back, Seth Rollins enters. He's wearing these shiny red outfit with some sunglasses and whatnot. I'm getting a little tired of the say something, sing my song. Say something, sing my song. It's getting a little annoying.
Or it's like we'll hear from Seth Rollins next, and he keeps like doing the.
Well, that's fine. But it's when he literally stops his promo and then just like, sing my song. And then he listens for like 30 seconds. It's getting annoying, and it doesn't feel like a baby face. It feels like the heel that needs the affirmation, that needs the assurance of, oh, they really do like me. It doesn't come off fully baby face when you need to know that people actually like you. It's like, oh, so are you a hated guy that wants to be loved? You know what I mean?
Maybe that's WWE's move. Maybe WWE says like they really like the fans like
Vince
singing
loves
along
it.
with.
Vince loves the sing-alongs. I'll tell you that right now. Vince loves the sing-alongs.
Yeah, maybe it's a Vince move.
So Seth said that Shinsuke Nakamura is doing nothing but ducking him. He then asked to sing my song. He then said something or other and then said, "Sing it louder." He then said that he wants to defend the world title, and he's only going to give Shinsuke Nakamura one more chance. One more chance to accept, or he's going to move on and give one of the million other people in the back a shot at the belt. Rollins says, "Time for games is over, and I want your answer now." Then we get a pre-tape video where it's like, oh, Nakamura can read the future. Because Nakamura in the video says, "This is my last shot. You want my answer now?" And I'm like, yeah, that's what he said. But how would you know that if you've already recorded and added subtitles to this video? Anyways, Nakamura's video plays. Nakamura wanted nothing more than to be the straw that broke Seth's back. Nakamura said Rollins was impatient and showed all of his cards. Now, it's time for Nakamura to show his. Nakamura wanted a match so brutal that Rollins would never be able to walk again. A conclusion so humiliating that his daughter would be ashamed to even look at him. Nakamura would stand tall, but Seth would never stand again. Nakamura then challenged Seth Rollins to last man standing. I like the video. I like these videos with him talking in Japanese and then throwing in some English and the subtitles. I like these. They're very effective. Rollins then said that
I like it too.
Yeah. Rollins has said that Nakamura almost played things perfectly, but he made one critical mistake. Rollins said that his back wasn't his weakness. Rollins said that his broken back was a strength, and the only way his family would be ashamed is if he didn't give it everything he had. Rollins knew that every time he stepped in the ring, it might be his last, but he was the best in the world and the world heavyweight champion. Rollins said only one of them was walking out of Fastlane, and it wasn't Nakamura. What did you think of the segment? And now that we know it's Nakamura versus Seth, last man standing.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I mean, Shinsuke, he's worked last man standing matches before in the past.
Right.
The one against AJ Styles.
Yep.
So it's nothing new to him. So, I mean, I think it's cool that they had stipulation in this one, not just like another
they had to.
regular match.
Yeah, they had to.
So my question is this going to be the main event for Fastlane?
Yeah, that's tough. It's either this or the John Cena match.
Because I can totally see it being the John Cena one.
I can too, unless Cena opens the show. I say Cena in the Bloodline with LA. No, Cena in the Bloodline with LA Knight opens the show. This is the main event. The last thing you see is Cena standing. Well, not Cena. Seth standing tall, retaining the title. Unless you want LA Knight standing tall at the end of the show. I don't know. We're not getting any.
Say the same thing.
We're not getting any Roman, so it's not like we're going to get a Roman LA Knight confrontation on Fastlane, so it doesn't have to be the main event. That's why I think it doesn't have to be the main event if we're not getting a Roman LA Knight confrontation. So I do Seth and Knock.
But if the route they're going is LA Knight versus Roman and Saudi, I can totally just see it being LA Knight returning, helping Cena to win, and then he opens the next SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. They can for sure go that route, too, of Cena's got no partner. But now Cena is teasing a mystery partner, and then it's LA Knight. But the whole thing of the thing is, Heyman keeps saying, well, if they don't sign the contract, they don't get the match. So you can't do mystery partner and have them, if they sign the contract to be the mystery partner, then the Bloodline's going to know who they are. So that's why I like the mystery partner aspect of it, but it wouldn't work in storyline. So Jackie Redmond interviews Ricochet. He's on crutches. She asked him when the fans could expect him back. Ricochet said that he would return, but he's not sure when yet. He wanted to make one thing clear, though. No matter what happens with Shinsuke Nakamura, whether he wins the world title or not, he's got unfinished business with him, and he wants to fight him. Cool. Another Ricochet Nakamura match. Those matches are always good. Cole said that Ripley was still out of action because of Nia Jax, and that's why she is not here with Dirty Dom, as Dom defended the NXT North American Championship against Dragon Lee in a freaking amazing 10-minute match. I loved this match. I thought this match was great. Even Michael Cole on commentary goes, I usually don't praise him, but Dirty Dom is doing really well and having a great match with Dragon Lee here tonight.
Apparently, the rumor is people are saying Nick Aldis was the one who produced that match.
Oh, I wouldn't know.
That's what people on Twitter keep saying.
Who? I don't know where that would have come from, because Fightful usually doesn't post their producer stuff till the next day, unless it was PWU Insider. I can look really fast. Regardless, I thought this match was great. It was way better than any Dominic match needed to be on a Raw, if that makes sense. But early on, Dragon Lee did a flip dive onto Dom, but Dom responded by giving him a DDT on the apron as we went to a commercial break. During that break, Dom tied Dragon Lee's mask to the bottom rope and stomped away at him. I loved how commentary kind of battled each other here for a moment. They were like, Wade Barrett was like, and that is why Dom doesn't wear a mask, because the mask can be used as a hindrance. And then Michael Cole goes, well, no, he doesn't wear a mask because he doesn't respect his lineage and his heritage and what the mask actually means. So I liked that. You got Wade, who is like borderline heel, and then Michael Cole just trying to go, no, he's a shitty person, and he doesn't like to wear the mask because he doesn't like to pay homage. Dom then went to the top rope after the break, but Dragon Lee got his knees up on a frog splash attempt. Dragon Lee came back with some strikes and a running drop kick in the corner for a 2. Dragon Lee then hit a German suplex, but Dom followed this up with a Michinoku driver for a 2. Dragon Lee then ducked a 619 attempt, hit a knee strike, and got another 2 off of it. Dom was on the apron. Dragon Lee used a running Hurricane Rana to drop Dom to the floor. Dragon Lee then followed this up with a sit-out powerbomb for a near fall, and the crowd started chanting, "This is awesome." Wade Barrett goes, "Yes, this is awesome." Dragon Lee then hit a double foot stomp, but Dom crotched him over the top rope and then hit a frog splash and picked up the victory. There we go. Like, Dom kind of cheated, but he really didn't. He crotched him on the top rope. That's not really cheating. It happens in a lot of matches. The ref can see it and not call it. It's whatever. So, yeah, honestly, Dom just beat him. If they just say, Dragon Lee's getting another shot on Saturday, kind of wouldn't make any sense. But what do you think of the match itself?
Okay, match was great, but still, like, I had no clue what they're doing at No Mercy with Dom.
Me neither.
Unless he does some sort of like open challenge or something. I don't know.
Couldn't have waited like, no, that still wouldn't have worked. I would say another week to get rid of Ali. No, because they would have needed to wait 2 weeks.
I still don't know why they got rid of him in the first place.
Because he wanted out. I mean, it makes sense. If someone's been asking to leave and then you got to cut a bunch of people, why not cut the guy that's wanted to leave? It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, but like recently though, he's been putting his heart and soul in the ring though.
True.
That's what makes it sad.
It is, but for all we know, maybe he's excited to go try other things. Maybe we'll see what happens. He can work on December 20th. He can go anywhere he wants starting December 20th. Jackie Redmond interviewed Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Did you catch a little bit later on when Michael Cole said Kevin Owens and Sami Owens? You catch that?
Huh?
When later on Michael Cole goes, it's Kevin Owens and Sami Owens.
I didn't hear that on commentary.
Yeah. He said it right before the match when they're like, next up, Judgment Day will defend against Sami Zayn, or he's like, Judgment Day will defend the undisputed tag team titles against Kevin Owens and Sami Owens. But he just said it so smooth, like you would go, they changed Sami's name? He said it like that was supposed to be what he said.
Maybe he said during the commercial break or something. I don't know.
He said it going to the break before the main event started. Anyways, Jackie Redmond interviewed Owens and Zayn. Owens said that tonight had nothing to do with Jey Uso, and he just wanted to get his hands on the Judgment Day. Sami said that this was about two friends who started at the bottom and reached all the way to the top at WrestleMania, and now they had to do it all again. Zayn fired up and said tonight was about taking back what's theirs. Owens was tired of taking and ready to punch some stupid faces. Cool segment. It worked. Then we got a weird segment. Nia Jax was interviewed in the ring by Michael Cole. He asked her a question, and Jax admitted that she wasn't really paying attention to Michael Cole. She then goes, I'm Nia Jax, the baddest woman in all of WWE. Jax said that people thought that it was Rhea Ripley, but she squashed her like a bug. She also squashed Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark and Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. And she would squash anyone else they put in the ring with her. The crowd started giving her the what chant. She then was about to repeat herself and her catchphrase when Zoe Stark would come out and get right into her face. Stark dared her to hit her, and Jax dropped her, so Stark went after her, and they had officials come down, break it up, and this and that. So I think a female referee, actually like tackled Zoe down to hold her back. So we go to a break. We come back from the break. Michael Cole lets us know it's official for Fastlane. John Cena will take on Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline in a handicap match. And then we got a 3-minute match, Nia Jax versus Zoe Stark. Crowd buzzed for this when Stark got Jax on her shoulders, and then she immediately collapsed with Jax falling on her back.
Oh.
Jack, go for it.
Oh, nothing.
Oh. Jackson hit a leg drop with Starks draped over the top or the bottom rope. Jackson hit her finisher, the not an annihilator, it's the annihilate her. That's how Michael Cole said it. Oh, and Nia Jax with the annihilate her. I'm like, okay. And she pinned her and picked up the win. So Zoe gets pinned.
I mean, it's clever.
Yeah, the annihilator. That's just like Chelsea Green's finish, the unpretty her. Instead of unprettier, it's the unpretty her. We go to the back.
So do they do? So you think it's going to be Nia versus Rhea at Fastlane?
The only thing that makes sense. It's either that or a triple threat with Raquel.
My biggest question is, when's Rhea going to like drop the belt? Because she's held the belt for a long time now.
Since WrestleMania.
Unless they go the full year route.
But Rhea's supposed to be back on the show next week. So just in time to set something up for Fastlane. In the back, Byron Saxton was with Jey Uso, and he talked about not wanting to join Judgment Day. Jey wasn't interested in joining any groups. Saxton asked him about tonight's tag team title match. Jey said that he had beef with Owens. That's all it really was. He said Sammy's still his dog, and he would keep a close eye on the Judgment Day in case they wanted to try anything funny. They then talked about Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia next year. Balor then congratulated Dom on his big title victory. Dom wondered where Priest was, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. He's got to go cool off." Balor then told Dom, "You still got a little business to take care of. We got to keep our eye on the prize." We then got Miz TV. That just ended up being pretty weird in the end. Like the whole Drew just kept going, "Shut up, Miz. Shut up, Miz."
That's really the only thing I got out of it for me.
So then the crowd started saying, "Shut up, Miz. Shut up, Miz." Like, okay, whatever. This wasn't all that great. If I'm going to be honest, I didn't care for it. So Miz has no problem with McIntyre throwing Jey Uso to the wolves last week and would have done the same thing, he says. Miz wondered why McIntyre even did it. McIntyre wanted to make it clear that he was nothing like the Miz. Miz said he abandoned Jey, which was a very Miz move. Miz said that they both knew what it was like to be the backbone of the company as a champion. Miz said that McIntyre was the unbeatable WWE champion until, well, he wasn't. McIntyre received the opportunity of a lifetime to win it back at Clash at the Castle, but Jey was there to give him a beatdown after beatdown alongside the Bloodline. Now, technically, they beat him up on SmackDown a bunch. Jey didn't beat him up at Clash at the Castle. That was all solo. So Miz said the Judgment Day put the boots to Jey, and McIntyre just watched. McIntyre said, "Well, karma's a bitch." Miz did agree and said that Jey got what he deserved and called McIntyre the Batman of WWE. But if you're the Batman, does that make Cody Rhodes the Superman? Miz asked if it felt like to get upstaged by Cody Rhodes coming out to make the save. This then led to the New Day coming out, and this is when it kind of all fell apart. New Day entered. McIntyre couldn't really respond. Kofi Kingston didn't know that Drew was so cold-blooded or that he would do something so cowardly. Xavier Woods said that they've been calling him Big D, but it seems there's been some shrinkage recently. And what did he say? Miz goes, "Well, in the ring right now, it's Big D and Mega Miz." Or something like that. Woods wondered if McIntyre's sword has gone a little limp. McIntyre said that they expected him to save the day as always, and McIntyre noted that multiple superstars didn't save Jey when they could have, New Day included. Basically like, why should I have saved him? It's not like you guys came out to save him. Why you guys give him crap? Rhodes says, he said Rhodes was the only one who did. And he's just cleaning up the mess that he made bringing him here anyways. McIntyre called Rhodes a hypocrite. McIntyre reminded the New Day of everything the Usos ever did to them, as well as Roman Reigns and so forth. Kingston remembered it all too well, but also knew that Jay was trying to make things right. McIntyre said that he wasn't a coward and noted that they were the ones who didn't step up. So why should he? Kingston said they looked up to McIntyre and believed deep down inside he would do the right thing. Miz kept trying to interrupt, and you would hear, "Shut up, Miz." Miz would be like, "Yeah, and this is it. Shut up, Miz." And then finally, he got headbutted like after the fourth shut up. McIntyre then said, "Hey, Kofi, how about you get in this ring and we fight?" So let me go to the back. Chad Gable approached a disappointed Otis. Gable said that they would look at the tape and learn from his mistake. Kaiser then interrupted and called them embarrassing for losing. Maxine was just like, well, you still don't know what go away means? Gable's like, hey, by the way, didn't you lose tonight? Go tell your leader that I still got eyes on the Intercontinental title. I'm going to work my way back to it. Or are you over here talking to us because you're afraid for what he's going to do to you once you get to him? Gable said, put some bass in your voice and deliver my message.
That was hilarious.
So what'd you think of the McIntyre Miz TV thing and then this Gable Ludwig thing afterwards?
As far as Drew does go, oh boy, he's turned heel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The whole thing where he said like karma's a bitch, you know what that reminded me of? I don't know if I highly doubt you've ever seen this, but Colt Cabana, he does like acting sometimes, and there was this like TV show scene where he said like karma's a bitch, and he plays that all the time in his stream. That was like the first thing that popped in my head.
Nice.
I'll have to show you that clip. I'll have to find it first, but cute. Also, fun fact about that, he also played Brooklyn Brawler in Young Rock.
Yes, that is true,
and he was really good at it.
So we got Drew McIntyre versus Kofi Kingston. Was this the longest match of the night? No, second longest. Main event went 20 minutes, 20 and a half. This match went 12, almost 13 minutes. Kingston was on offense early before a commercial break, but McIntyre was in control after we come back from the break. Cole said that McIntyre had been dominating throughout the commercial. McIntyre hit an overhead suplex and a neck breaker, but Kofi blocked a DDT with the Famouser. Got a 2 off of it. McIntyre then avoided a Trouble in Paradise and did a Future Shock DDT for a near fall. McIntyre dropped Kingston with consecutive hard chops. Kingston countered a clothesline and hit a suicide dive. McIntyre fought back and gave Kingston a reverse Alabama slam on the apron, but Kingston ducked a Claymore and hit an SOS for a 2. Both men went down. Ivar then ran down and decked Woods. Ivar then squished him into the barricade. Kingston then got his feet up and made his way to the ropes upon seeing what happened, but McIntyre shoved him, hit him with the Claymore, and pinned him. To pick up the victory, McIntyre pins Kofi. Afterwards, Ivar and Valhalla got in the ring. He beat down Kofi. He gave Kofi the moonsault. Drew walked away and didn't even help. What do you think of all this?
I mean, pretty expected that Drew was going to get the win. And as far as the Viking Raiders, it's basically just going to lead to like New Day feuding with the Viking Raiders again.
Correct.
Since Saturday in the Twitch chat says, why shouldn't he help?
Or how about why should he help? How about that? It's not his problem. Especially the Jay stuff. The Kofi stuff, maybe a little, because he's been feuding with the Viking Raiders as well. But why does he need to help? Oh, it's Massive Miz, not Mega Miz. I heard it wrong, or I thought I remembered it wrong. The Big D and Massive Miz. Anyways, we go to the back. Priest approached Balor, gave him a fist bump, and they're ready for their match. And this is when Michael Cole says, Judgment Day will be defending their titles next against Kevin Owens and Sammy Owens. Barrett did make fun of him after the break. It was like, oh, it's been a long night, hasn't it, Cole? So Saxton in the back said that, asked Ivar about attacking the New Day. Ivar said that the New Day took out Eric, and Valhalla said, an eye for an eye. We then learned that next week on on Raw in San Jose, California, Tegan Nox will be taking on the NXT Women's Champion, whether that's Becky Lynch or Tiffany Stratton. Title will be on the line. And then Gunta and Tommaso Ciampa will have a contract signing. Cool. Again, I think that match does get made for Fastlane.
Should. I mean, Gunther, he's due for another, premium live event title match.
I mean, what else do we have built up that would make sense for the pay-per-view now anyways? Nothing else is really built up.
I mean, well, Roman, he's hurt, so...
Well, Roman ain't working any... Roman's not working anything till Saudi. But Roman's not working Fastlane. We've known that for a while.
And I think they just... For SmackDown, I think their main priority is, doing stuff with John Cena.
Correct. And if I heard correctly, so the plan right now is Roman works Saudi. Roman may not work Survivor Series. I don't know if they have a December pay-per-view. And then Roman comes back for Rumble all the way to Mania.
My question is, are they still going to do Extreme Rules? Because I don't know.
I don't think so. Triple H has said it before. I don't like the gimmick pay-per-views that tie us up and where we have to do specific matches on specific shows. Hence why he basically canceled Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, but Extreme Rules, though, it's basically just a night where every match has a stipulation, though.
Yeah. It's
a little different.
True, but it's what if this is the first match of a feud? Why does it need a stipulation? Just because we have to? You don't want things to feel forced. It's like that one year when I think it's 2011, TLC and stairs. And so they needed stairs. Tables, ladders, chairs. Actually. Tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs. What were you saying?
That was 2015.
Was it? I thought it was way farther back.
It was the year where it was Authority versus Team Cena.
Right.
That was 2015.
Gotcha. But
wait, never mind. I think that was late. No, I think it was late 2014, and 2015 was Triple H versus Sting. Never mind.
I'll tell you right now.
It was late 2014.
I'll tell you right now. 14, December 14. Well, the TLC pay-per-view was normally, other than 2017, the TLC pay-per-view was always in December. Every year except for 2017, it was December. But yeah, it was 2014. What was 2011?
2011, that was
CM Punk, Alberto Del Rio, and The Miz.
And that was the one where Daniel Bryan cashed in on Big Show.
Yep. That's why I thought, okay, now I know why I mixed everything up. Because I remember Big Show being involved in the stairs thing. And so I was thinking Big Show, and then I thought that was maybe the night he okay. So I remember the stairs match being Big Show and Eric Rowan. Well, I remember it being Big Show. Okay, that's why I got it mixed up. As far as the main event does go, that starts, and 30 seconds later, they go to a break. After a break, Zayn used a drop toe hold on Balor and held him there as Owens hit a senton. Owens then knocked Priest off the apron, but this allowed Balor to drop him and hit a double foot stomp. Priest then smacked Owens and called him a tough guy. So Owens fought him and hit him with a DDT. Zayn then tagged in and hit Priest with a clothesline, 10 punches in the corner, and a drop kick. Zayn wiped out both opponents with the flip dive ahead of a second break. They said the Judgment Day was in control throughout the break, despite Sami Zayn hitting a dive right as we come back. Zayn then dropped Priest with the Tornado DDT. Owens made a tag. Owens then ran over each guy with a clothesline and backdropped Priest on the announce table. Owens then hit Balor with a frog splash for a near fall. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome." Owens hit a rolling fireman's carry off the middle rope for another near fall. Owens then went back for a senton bomb, but Balor got his knees up and hit a drop kick. Balor then hit the coup de grace, but Zayn broke it up. Priest then told Balor, "Tag me." Or tag him. So he did. Zayn then tagged in too and hit Priest with an exploder in the corner. Dom then ran out and jumped on the apron, which distracted Zayn. Zayn avoided a razor's edge and hit a blue thunder bomb, but Balor broke up the pin. Owens then tackled Balor, which distracted the referee long enough for Dom to drape Zayn over the top rope. Priest then hit a flatliner for a near fall. Jay then ran and attacked Dom. Jay ran in and attacked Dom. JD McDonough then showed up and shoved him and then attacked Jay. Dom and McDonough teamed up on Jay until Cody would run out. Cody then ran down and wiped out McDonough with a suicide dive. Rhodes and Jay hammered away on Dom until the referees all broke it up. So then Owens gave Balor a stunner. Zayn hit Priest with a haluva kick. Before Zayn can go for the cover, though, McDonough hit Zayn with the title belt. The ref was distracted, and Priest rolled into the cover for the victory. So there we go. Damien Priest pins Sami Zayn to pick up the victory. Afterwards, they're all just brawling, and the show goes off the air. So what'd you think?
It was a good match, like it was a good match, but towards the end they really focused too much on the outside stuff.
But that's the whole. I think that was the whole point.
I get that. I really do. And
because basically, go for it.
So the whole ending with JD though, that's gonna be the biggest question. Is Damian Priest now gonna change his mind about JD, or is he still gonna be I don't care what you do, you're still not gonna be part of the Judgment Day?
Probably not. At least not yet. And not yet. But I mean, if we're trying to get... go for it.
I feel like eventually he's going to, but...
Well, yeah, I think he has to eventually. But I just feel like if we're eventually going to get another match with Kevin and Sami challenging, maybe even at the Fastlane pay-per-view, the way this happened was the perfect way to do it to facilitate a rematch. With that, guys, that is everything that we thought of pertaining to tonight's Monday Night Raw, which, hey, in a year may no longer be Monday Night Raw because another network can pick it up and put it on another night. There's a good possibility of that. Hell, we may start getting Sunday Night Raw. But
that's going to sound very weird, though, because they've been Monday Night Raw since the beginning.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If another network picks it up, then it might not be 3 hours anymore. That could be the positive. But then there's a scary chance that SmackDown moves to 3 hours.
And then they'll just load up. Well, if that's the case, then they're just going to load up SmackDown with a bunch of talent.
True, but then what if the new network also wants Raw to be 3 hours? And then we have 2 3-hour shows. Oy vey.
That'd be too much.
Yeah, but if they're getting paid for it, WWE's going to do it.
Then you're loading up both shows with crap load talent then.
Yeah.
And I feel like NXT will barely have anybody.
We'll see. That's a year away. Next October. But with that, you know what?
Hey, what would be a positive for it? At least it'll be a positive for WWE to constantly bring in sign more people.
True. Very true. But with that,
I'm sorry, I keep cutting you
off. Go for it.
Because then people shouldn't give WWE the excuse of having so many people, because then they'll just be oh, we always need more people because if Raw and SmackDown is going to be 3 hours.
Right.
All right, you can go.
So with that, you guys know what we thought of the show. Now it's time to hear what you guys thought of tonight's Monday Night Raw. Refresh the polls really quickly. Refresh to that one. Refresh the Twitch poll. Twitch poll. Everybody that voted liked the show, 100%. Or as the Twitter poll does go, 52% liked the show, 36% thought it was just all right, and 12% did not like it. Looking over at the YouTube community poll, 72% liked the show, 22% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't like it. Some of the comments here, this person says, great Raw overall. It was cool that we basically got 3 back-to-back-to-back matches within the first hour. Yeah. It was like 2 hours of SmackDown, and there was only 3 matches in total. Person says, I honestly thought Sammy and Kevin were going to get the titles back. Loving the Dom vs. Dragon Lee match. Person says, I enjoyed it surprisingly. Keep Nia off TV. Person says, yeah, that makes no sense. Says it was decent. This person says it was great besides the Nia stuff. And then a 5 out of 10. And this person says it was great to watch. Looking at the YouTube live poll, 73% like the shows. Basically the same thing. Hold on. Yeah, it's basically the same. 73, 22, and 5. The other one was 72, 22, and 6. Basically the same. But with that, guys, I'll say thank you for joining me here. Actually, what?
Jonathan in the YouTube chat says if Raw and SmackDown goes 3 hours, then they should cut down the house shows.
No.
I don't know if I'll go that far.
No, that has nothing to do with any of that. That would have nothing to do with any of that because it's not adding an extra day. It's not like saying, okay, main roster, you now got to work. We have main roster on Monday, main roster on Friday, main roster on Wednesday. They're not adding an extra day. If they're adding an extra day, then yes, cut back a day from the house shows. But that's not what they're doing. Adding an extra hour to a night where they're going to ready to be there for that hour anyways. Like, they're already going to be there. Just do it. So, no. That makes no sense.
Another thing about house shows, if they did get rid of them, then a lot of fans would be kind of upset because the reason why people like them is because, like, it gives them a great opportunity to, like, meet their favorite wrestlers.
Well, that, and it's like, okay, well, take Fresno, California, for example, where I live. We don't get Raws or SmackDowns, but we get at least one live event every year. Our only chance to watch wrestling live, watch WWE live. So if we're not getting Raw and SmackDown, then they cut the house shows. Well, then who knows the next time they're going to come here for an event. Also, I was told by many people that I know that went to that show last night, the live event, it was 95% sold out, if not more, which is great to see. Because I even looked to try and get a ticket. All they had left was the upper bowl for $15. And I was like, I'm not going to spend $15 and then have to spend $20 to park. I could have went, but it's like, why am I going to sit all the way at the top, all the way back? That's all that was left other than like resale tickets. And there wasn't even many on Craigslist or whatever. It was just a couple resale on Ticketmaster. So kudos to WWE that these house shows are not being scalped, but they're still basically almost selling out. Like go for it.
That is something Cody Rhodes praised, like by WWE. He's saying that WWE has done really good with their house shows, and they actually like named their live events after something like.
Well, it's called the Super Show.
They call it Super Show. They call it like was it Saturday Night Main Event?
No, now they're just so it was Saturday Night's Main Event and the Sunday Stunner. Now they're just all Super Show. They've changed it again.
And something else he praised is that they're like VIP stuff that they now do. And he said they really figured that out and they saw those like quickly.
But yeah, I talked to a few people that went last night. They said it was a great show, super fun, and packed. Like they haven't been to I know people that go every single year. I went last year to the WWE show and it was a lot of people there, but it wasn't packed. They said that was the most people they've seen at the Save Mart Center for a wrestling show. Like I had one friend literally go, more people were at this WWE live event than were in the same building in January for Dynamite. You want to know why? I can tell you exactly why. AEW did no local marketing. I heard nothing on the radio, nothing on TV, nothing that Dynamite was coming, except for during AEW television. For the last month, I heard it on the radio that WWE is coming. I saw commercials on local television that WWE is coming. I saw YouTube ads that WWE is coming to Fresno. Then here in Fresno, on our main street, we have one big like electronic billboard that's got like ads on it and it rotates through. So if you sit at the light for like 3 minutes, you're going to see most of the ads. Boom. WWE ad on there. Then we have another one of those big, electronic screened billboards on the freeway. Ad there, big picture of Seth Rollins. A lot of local marketing that WWE did that AEW is not doing. Dave Meltzer and Garrett Gonzalez actually talked about this recently as well, that WWE or AEW is not doing a good job marketing locally. And I was like, so I tweeted at them after I listened to that podcast and was like, perfect example. WWE is marketing out the ass for a live event. AEW comes for a Dynamite, and most people didn't even know about it because they didn't market it locally. So kudos to WWE.
People have to like figure out like where Dynamite is like on their own. Like if someone wants to go to a Dynamite, they kind of have to like look and see like, all right, when's Dynamite like coming to our area?
Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, I only saw a couple resale tickets on Ticketmaster's website. There were one person selling 2 tickets, I think it was, on Craigslist, and none on OfferUp or Facebook Marketplace. So that's great to say that I was told that this place looked 95% full, and it was full. It wasn't like a bunch of scalpers bought these tickets and resold them or whatever. So, because I'd been looking for the last week and a half to see if any of their scalper tickets got, put low. But yeah, only thing because I almost went last night, and the only thing that was still left was like the upper seats. It's for almost like the last 2 rows of the upper. So kudos to WWE for doing good house show marketing and house show business. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. I'll be back on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. But Luke, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me over at Twitter X at Petke_21. And you can also find me over at Twitch at The Luke Petke.
With that, guys, have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.